Body System Project Digestive System. The major functions of the digestive system consist of intake of food that all animals have to do to convert food into molecules. The small molecules can be used by cells of the body. Food then processed by the digestive system, which consists of four phases: the ingestion, digestion, absorption, and elimination. Food is then broken down into macromolecules, which is then put into polymers. The process starts with a spoonful of food, which goes into your mouth. You chew your food, which is a mechanical digestion. The enzymes amylase and saliva break down the complex carbohydrates into small molecules, the starches and foaming sugars. The lysosome fights infection of a cell that might contain bacteria on the food that may enter the mouth with the food. Food comes down through the esophagus into the stomach. The force that moves the food down the esophagus is peristalsis, according to the biology book. Chemical digestion, which has gastric glands, release many substances into the stomach. Some produce hydrochloric acid, others release enzymes like pepsin, and then breaks down the protein into smaller polypeptide fragments. The mechanical part: food is thoroughly moved around to break down food. Enzymes come out to help, called chyme. The small intestine has a duodene, the first part where all the digestive enzymes enter the intestine. It mixes with the enzymes and digestive fluids from the pancreas. The pancreas gland that serves and functions. First, it has hormones that regulate blood sugar levels. 2, the enzyme breaks down the macromolecules. And 3, sodium bicarbonate base that neutralizes the stomach would be destroyed by strong acid. The liver and the gallbladder assist the pancreas in fat digestion. Is liver and bile. Bile is the fluid loaded with lipids and salt absorbed in the pouch-like organ. Bile breaks down globs of fat into smaller molecules. Now the diagram. In the mouth, that's where the teeth breaks down the food and saliva is there to break down the carbohydrates. That takes about a minute for a process. The esophagus is the bolus moves down the esophagus and the food through the peristalsis. That takes about 2 to 3 seconds. The stomach is a muscle that contracts and turns the food into liquid called the chyme. That takes about 2 to 4 hours. The small intestine chyme goes into the small intestine. Bile made in liver released from the gallbladder into small intestine and aids in fat digestion. Pancreas releases enzymes and duodenum complete digestion. Nutrients absorbed through small wall. And then the large intestine, which takes 10 to several days, absorbs water as undigested material and moves and is eliminated from the body. There are a bunch of systems that work with your body. The excretory system is to remove solid waste, process named elimination. If water is absorbed, it is solid waste when waste comes out of your body. If it is not all absorbed, diarrhea occurs. And if too much of the water is absorbed, constipation occurs. The circulatory system gets absorbed by nutrients distributed through your body. It carries signals from the endocrine system that control the speed of digestion. The nervous system is the system which you can taste the food, and it goes into your mouth and you feel it traveling it down your esophagus. Now, basically, the path for the food is it enters the mouth where it has mechanical digestion, in which the food is broken down and other enzymes break down the food. It travels down your esophagus, then it goes into your stomach, which it also gets broken down again, goes to the pancreas where other enzymes help break it down, and then it goes to your excretory system, which helps to remove the solid waste. But this process takes about a good 48 hours to complete for one meal. Now we have some fun facts to make it light. One fun fact is that laundry detergent contains protease, amylase, and lipase, enzymes that are the same in the human enzymes that we use to break down food. The small intestine has about 22 feet long, and an inch in diameter. And what would you think the surface area would be? How about 6 or 7 feet? But it's actually 2,700 square feet. The stomach is not the same as all other animals. It actually differs, and in to other animals there are many parts to the stomach. They would call that multiple stomachs. Those animals would be cows, giraffes, deer, cattle, and they would have four stomachs to help digest the plant-based food. Now there are some organisms that don't have stomach, which would be the seahorses, lungfish, and platypuses, and no stomach from the esophagus. The food goes from the esophagus to the intestines, and that's it. Hope you like it. Body